Bandidos. What up, your boy Tux here, and buckle up because today I'm spilling the real secrets to maxing out your expertise in the Division 2. This isn't some half-baked beginner's guide. I'm handing you the ultimate roadmap to turn your gear into endgame juggernauts. We're talking step-by-step strategies, hard numbers, and the details, tips, and tricks no one else bothers to share. Whether you're fresh off the campaign or a returning player, this is your ticket to dominating the game like never before. Oh, I got timestamps below if you want to skip ahead, but trust me, you'll want to hear this whole thing. Let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
So I created this custom infographic so you have all the details in hand. You can download it for free using the link below. What is expertise? Well, let's get that out of the way. It's the endgame system that lets you juice up your weapons, gear, and skills beyond their normal limits, up to expertise level 30 per item, which is the current cap. Each level gives a small boost, like 1% weapon damage, 1% armor, and skill perks, depending on the skill. You've got to make items proficient first, then upgrade them with resources. It's a grind, and the higher you go, the rarer the resources get. And here's a fun fact. To take one weapon to expertise 30, which is the current cap, requires 2,200 receiver components, 770 steel, 1300 titanium, 204 rare recon data, 90 even more rare SHD calibrations, and 90 exotics, the rarest material. That's all you need to know for now.
I know you just explained it all, but I'm still so confused.
Expertise is a way to directly boost one stat on an individual item. Step 1, you get the item proficient. Step 2, you upgrade its expertise level to your current cap. Step 3, get all items proficient to reach the maximum expertise level. And that's basically it. That's the expertise system simplified.
I said I was confused, not stupid.
If you still need to understand the fundamentals of expertise, I got a link for you down below. So let's focus on how to max it out fast. All right. Here's where we start. If you're new or just getting into expertise, aim for level 12 on your favorite items first. Why 12? It's a power spike you can reach with common resources. No rare stuff needed yet. So it's perfect for building momentum because as a new player, resources are something you don't have. So here's how you do it methodically. First, make items proficient. That's the unlock step before you can upgrade them. So open your expertise menu and hit donate all junk as often as possible. Every piece of trash gear, like those random masks or gloves, boosts proficiency for its type or brand. So you got 20 Heraldi gloves, donate them, and your Heraldi proficiency jumps. Next, check weekly vendors for named items. Buy them, donate them. They're a massive proficiency shortcut. If you've got capped resources like protective fabric or receiver components sitting at 9999, donate some of those too. Not all of them because you don't want to run out of those, but it's free progress. And finally, just use your gear. Equip an assault rifle, rack up kills, and its proficiency ticks up naturally. Slow but steady and part of the equation. So that's pretty easy and routine. Focus on getting your expertise to level 12, and you do that by bulk leveling up as many items as possible in somewhat of a passive way, like donating all your junk, as I mentioned. That should take care of the bulk of that level 12. So once an item's proficient, upgrade it to level 12 expertise with common resources. This is going to be steel, ceramic, titanium, and some field recon data for the most part. You'll need hundreds on some things, thousands on others, so farm daily. Hit resource tunnels like this one here that I have mapped out for you. As a new player, I recommend you doing this run every single day. Take on level 4 control points. Defeating the boss is going to give you recons, and opening up the cache in the little loot cave after you defeat the control point also gives you a chance at exotic components, not to mention there's a bunch of resources back there. And knock out daily or weekly projects. Those give you a lot. So stockpile early. Caps are high, so you've got room. So just to be clear, as you're donating a bunch of junk into your expertise system, wearing gear, and purchasing and donating named items directly into the expertise system, you're banking all of these other resources you're going to need to actually add expertise to your gear. So you're going to focus on weapons first. for that 12% damage. It doesn't sound like a ton, but it's almost equivalent to a full red core. Then you're going to want to upgrade key skills like your turrets or your drone, the ones that you use most often. Whatever you do, skip armor at this stage. Wait until you've made some serious progress before you head down that road. 1% armor per level isn't worth it early on. So aim for 1 or 2 items to take to level 12 per week. It's doable and it sets you up. Okay, now let's talk about past level 12. Past level 12, the game changes. You'll need rare resources, exotic components, SHD calibration, field recon data, and tons of printer filament. Most guides will tell you printer filament is the most efficient way. They tell you how they do it, and this is where most guides stop. But I'm gonna break it down a little bit further because that's only part of the story. Printer filament is your ticket to researching proficiency on tough items, like exotics, for example, that you don't use very often and that you don't donate junk for. It's going to take you 3,000 filament to make one item proficient from scratch. So here's how to get that filament with math to prove what's fastest. Option 1. Farm Countdown, very popular. You may have already heard this. A 15-minute run on challenging nets you about 20 mods. Deconstruct them for 6 filament each. That's 120 filament per run. For 3,000 filament, you need 25 runs. That's 6 hours and 15 minutes if you're really efficient. Solid, but slow. And that's what everybody's telling you to do. Option 2, use scavenging points from your SHD watch. You earn these by leveling up past SHD 1000. 1 level, 1 point. With all 5 directives active for 125% XP boost, you can pull 20 levels per hour on average. So 1 scavenging point buys 45 filament directly for 3,000 filament. That's 67 points or 3 hours and 20 minutes. Half the time of countdown and no tedious deconstructing. But wait, there's a twist. Some say buying mods with E-credits instead is the best way because you get more bang for your buck. You get more out of your scavenging points. Well, let's see if that's true. 1 point gets 34,500 E-credits. So you're going to want to buy the cheapest mod, and an ammo box mod, for example, costs 4,518 E-credits. So that's about 7 mods per scavenging point, or 42 filament. For 3,000 filament, which is what you need to take an item from 0 scratch to fully proficient, you need 500 mods. That's 2.26 million E-credits, or 66 scavenging points. Still, 3 hours and 18 minutes, plus extra time buying and deconstructing 500 mods. It's a hassle, way more tedious than buying filament directly, and it doesn't even actually save you time. So, direct filament wins. Simpler, faster, cleaner. Okay, a little sidebar here. If you're a brand new player, you don't have any scavenging points. You might have heard me mention, once you reach level 1000, leveling up only earns you scavenging points and no longer earns you points for your nodes that you invested in crit chance and armor and all that stuff. This is what you need to know. If you're worrying about expertise before your watch is 1000, you sort of have the cart before the horse. It really isn't time. But this information is helpful so that you know what activities you can be doing now to bulk up so that when you do hit level 1000, you'll be ahead of the game. But when you're under watch level 1000, you don't have enough resources really for anything. Your gear's probably not god rolled, and that should be something that you do before you invest expertise.
You're such a big tease.
Okay, with that being said, here's the secret nobody's telling you. Maxing expertise isn't about filament. It's really about XP. You see, scavenging points fuels everything. Beyond level 12, you'll also need SHD calibration, which you can get 3 per point, field recon data, which is 6 per point, and exotic components, which your watch can't save you there. So you're going to get those from deconstructing exotics or things like projects. So for most of this, XP farming is what gets you there. Everything but the exotic components. So to get to max expertise fast, you must build a loadout that flies through heroic control points with all 5 directives. Think high DPS, survivability, and speed. And this is relatively new. You want to stack priority objectives for bonus XP while you're XP farming. These are simple and a game changer as an add-on to your XP farming. They're not going to be your primary source of XP farming because there's an RNG element related to your options. So it's something you sprinkle in as you're doing your XP farming routes. Normally, you're at 20 SHD levels per hour, but during XP boost events, which are new to the game, believe it or not, a 3x event jumps you to 60 levels per hour. In other words, you can get something from level 0 scratch to fully proficient every 1 hour. A 5x event, that means 100 levels per hour. So you'll be able to make one thing proficient every 40 minutes, flat. These events cap at 1,000 levels, but that's enough to make 15 items proficient. That's insane efficiency. So mark these events on your calendar. You do not want to miss out on those. So for exotic components, well, there are a lot of options. You want to run countdown on challenging pretty regularly, 15 minutes for a shot at drops, plus countdown credits for exotic caches. You can be averaging about 1 to 2 exotics every 15 minutes, depending on your luck, but at least one. The priority objectives are really consistent at getting you exotics in as short as 1 minute on some of these activities. They're really easy, but getting 60 exotics per hour using the priority objectives is not going to happen. Also, complete your projects. There's loads of exotic components waiting for you there. And if you have extra characters, have access to their own sets of projects. So for example, this project, which all you have to do is donate basic materials into, you can do that on all 4 characters and have 4 exotics every Tuesday fresh, easy. So besides exotics, we talked about SHD calibration and field recon data. You're gonna get a lot of that by doing those control points, which hopefully you've chosen as your route for XP farming. Although some people do the public executions, those will get you about the same XP per hour as control points, and they are easier to do, but a lot more traveling around the map. The downside is they will not net you nearly the same quantity as the control points will for resources. Otherwise, the watch is what ties it all together. So XP is king, even for SHD calibrations and recon data. So here's the insider scoop. Max 1 weapon's expertise first. Impact beats variety in the early stages. From there, stop most items that you're actually using on a regular basis at 12. Beyond that, rare resource costs skyrocket for tiny gains. Now you have the intel you need. Start at 12, focus on your favorites, and farm XP like a maniac. If you need an XP farm build, check out this video, and I'll see you in Brooklyn. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?